to start things off, we're in a place where you get hands-on with history. The American Revolution Museum at Yorktown brings you into a Revolutionary Army encampment. And Homer Lanier, you spend more time here than probably anybody. What happens in this place?
So our Continental Army encampment, we show you how soldiers lived, how soldiers trained, how they defended our liberty, how we fed them, and how we took care of any injuries or wounds along the way. And we're going to meet one of our Continental soldiers right now. This is Jamie Richardson, who's going to speak to you about the weapon of war from the 18th century.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Are you an actor, an educator? What do you do here? Because you look great.
Well, thank you. Well, yes, we are not actors, so you flatter me. Not an actor. We are educators here. So what I'm holding in my hand here, this is the standard issue firelock for the Continental Army. It is known as the Brown Bess. It does look a lot longer than it is. If I actually remove the bayonet, it's only about 5 feet. We also know a height requirement for an infantry soldier was about 5'4", 5'6". So this is with the bayonet off.
It's
so
heavy.
The bayonet is going to add a little bit more weight to it. You could certainly shoulder that down range if you like. While the American exercise for this weapon told the men to take aim with their weapon, that just meant they are to keep sight of some object in the distance, their target that's in the distance, and squeeze the trigger firm. Modern people, they tend to look at these tactics and make what is a reasonable assumption.
Deadly dodgeball.
Exactly, right? So it's the worst game of dodgeball you've ever played in your life, right? Nobody felt good about these tactics. You were firing one shot. Well, it's going to take a soldier about 15 seconds. A lot can happen in 15 seconds.
Truly. What? Gunpowder in the air. You could spend a whole week here.
Oh, you easily could. And remember, it got started up there in Boston and Philadelphia 250 years ago. We closed the deal at Yorktown in 1781. You have a lot to explore, so have a great day.
Musket drop, as they say. Let's go check it out. Stepping back in history, the American Revolution Museum at Yorktown brings you into what a farm of that time would look like. And Harvey Bakari, who's the curator of Black Studies and Culture, is bringing us to present day. Tell me about the new exhibit you've got, Give Me Liberty.
Give Me Liberty is going to look at the American Revolution and how Virginians were leaders in the Revolution. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry.
And you're speaking about George Washington. His army was quite the coalition. Not something people maybe think about when they think about the Revolution.
Correct. His army, and he had to depend on an army that consisted of white men from the western frontier, those who didn't have much to tenant farmers, but he also had to depend on free and enslaved people to fight in the Revolution as well. In addition to indigenous nations, different nations had to take sides if they were going to fight for the Americans or become allies to the British.
To be standing on that land where that happened, it's such a special moment.
Yes, it is. It is, because often through history, many farms like this, they weren't officers, but they had to fight for American liberty. You see out here some of that representation. You have a slave quarter here to your left. You have a middling plantation here to your right. And the middling family, for instance, they own slaves, but they also do not have certain abilities to vote and participate fully. So the Founding Fathers are also going to have to convince the middling sort and others who are tenant farmers that they have something at stake with the Declaration of Independence.
There really is so much history when you go beyond the marble.
Yes, there is.